So, hi everyone. I'm Yasmina, and I'm a fashion and lifestyle blogger since 2012. And here I am in front of you giving a TED Talk. I mean, that's crazy. For I would never have imagined that I would be one day here in front of you giving that talk. I've watched a lot of TED Talks on YouTube, and I mean, that's crazy to be here. You know, when I'm at a party or at a dinner, I often get asked, what do you do for a living? And then I answer, I'm a blogger, I'm an influencer. And I got kind of strange reactions. People would look at me and say, oh, that's great. And certainly think, that must be another trendy job that won't last, or something like that. And on the contrary, I have so many other people that would be very fascinated by that and would keep asking questions like, how do you do this? How do you do that? How such and such work? Do you get paid? And the question I get the most is, how do you get followers? And I have to say, I get that a lot. So one day I decided to ask myself, yes, how management and business student who loved fashion has gathered a tribe of more than 100,000 people. How does it happen? And most of all, how I made a living out of it. I mean, that's crazy when you think about it. So maybe I'm going to share with you an anecdote that comes at the root of my introspection. So back then, when I used to live in Paris and I was a student, I went to a Black Eyed Peas concert with my dad. And it was at the Stade de France, and we were there waiting for the band to start singing. And it was so crowded. A lot of people were there and eagerly waiting for the band to begin to sing. So they were screaming their love and for the music, for the band, and it felt really strong. So I was like completely overwhelmed, and I was feeling something special. So I remember when I got back home, I really wanted to know how many people were there. What was the attendance of that Stade de France? Because the emotion was on another level. So when I got back home, I clearly remember myself Googling it, Stade de France full capacity. And the answer was something like 81,338 seats. I was kind of astonished by all those people gathered together to celebrate music. When it hit me lately that today I kind of have my own Stade de France and a little bit more with me every day, it kind of was a complete shock, and I was in complete awe. So I was like, seriously? Is this happening? So it's important, I think, to ask ourselves, what is a tribe? A tribe is a group of people sharing common interest and common belief, holding common belief in something. How did this happen? And most of all, what have I done to make this happen? I truly think that, like in every relationship, everything starts with trust. You cannot adhere to someone's ideas or belief if you don't trust him or her. So it's really, really important to always remain transparent with your audience and involve them in what you do. Time and constancy would be the second ingredients. If you want to build a strong relationship with your audience and your tribe, you must remain digitally active and not disappear for too long. And then you have content and creativity. That, to me, are two other focal points. I mean, what you share with your audience, what you propose to them on an everyday basis, will make them not only follow you, but also support you and be loyal all along. Because, don't get me wrong, the hardest thing is not to build a community, it's really to make it grow and to propose everyday creative and original ideas and projects that will be valued by your tribe. It's really important. Interesting and listening are also really important. Every day, I learn from my community. It teaches me lessons. So it's really, really important too. And today, every one of my followers is part of the adventure. Then maybe you have two of my favorite ingredients. That's why I put them at the end. I think it must be two main ingredients that come hand in hand, like salt and pepper. It would be instinct and risk-taking. I think that does not apply just to blogging, because I truly think that to succeed in what you do, no matter in what field that is, you should always trust your instinct. You should push your boundaries and challenge yourself on an everyday basis. And most of all, you have to, I think, create your own chances and be kind of a master of your destiny. And last, but certainly not least, would be ethics. Because you all know that nowadays, international cabinets like KPMG would make very serious studies and tools to help companies reach those tribes. Because those tribes represent very valuable targets and very valuable consumers to them. So there's a big debate going on about bloggers and influencers' integrity. Are they paid by brands just to promote their goods? Or maybe they're just here to influence people's choice of consumption without really loving the product or the brand itself? I get asked these questions a lot, and I would say they're very legitimate. Because today, as every other day, I am responsible for my tribe, and I am responsible for my content. That's why I choose my collaboration very wisely. My community trusts me, and I am here, obviously, today because of this very community. And I try to always keep that in mind when I make a strategic, a business, or even a photographic choice. It's really important to me. I would never recommend a product that I don't consume myself or which betrays the very essence of what I believe in. The relationship between bloggers and brands is really multiple yet infinite. And we can ask ourselves, who are those bloggers? Who are those influencers? They're just normal people, regular consumer that one day started to share their opinion, their views, what they love, what they don't love, what they're passionate about with other people, and also share their creativity. So in my heart of hearts, I think that this is something purely beautiful. There's something beautiful about it. I mean, when you see like a big fashion brand, like a house like Chanel or Dior that offer front row seats to those influencers, to those normal people, and they're sitting right next to, I don't know, editor-in-chiefs, rock stars. I saw Kanye West once. So I even got a selfie when he was smiling, so that was kind of nice. When you see this, I mean, you truly have to contemplate how their role have become important in today's society, and that's really, really important. I think that indicates something new. When you see that a brand like L'Oreal hires an influencer as her new face, that this girl was, I think, from Geneva, and she just started her blog from nothing, from scratch, and that today she's the face of one major beauty brand worldwide. That's crazy. And that's kind of making the impossible possible. So that's kind of really empowering. I would say it's even kind of a revolution. It's more of a bottom-up logic than a bottom like it used to be. And that's what is blogging to me. It is really expressing your creativity. It's reinventing yourself. It's growing with your community and creating possibilities. And above all, it's making the impossible possible. For yourself, but for anyone out there who tries to make his first step in this beautiful digital world. Thank you.